Hi, this is Ari coming here with my third video blog. I'd like to thank Lock Poker and Bluff Magazine for inviting me to be part of this contest. My bankroll has now gone up to $538. I've had a real good run at the pot limit on my high-low tables. I've been playing a lot of the 6-max sit and goes, and I've won a few $24 ones. I came second in a $48 one, and I've had general success in those buy-ins. I've been playing all the way down to from $3 tournaments all the way up to the $48, and I'm looking forward to building up a little more roll, playing these sit and goes, and then moving on to the multi-tables, maybe pulling a Sean Deeb, taking down the 30 rebuy. That'd be nice. There's a lot of nice Sunday tournaments. Love to take down the 150, 100K. It's always been a goal of mine since the first time I played that tournament. Yesterday I went to play at the Win 1K, and I got a lot of chips, sucking out on people. In the second level, I had 90 big blinds. A guy opened in mid position with Jack 10, or sorry, I didn't know at that stage, but guy opens mid position, Jack 10. He'd been opening a lot. I figured he was on the weak side. I looked down at Jack 9 on the button. I have 90, like I said, 90 big blinds. I make it approximately 10 blinds to go after he had opened for 3 blinds. It folds back to him and he calls. So we both see a flop. There's approximately 23 blinds in the pot. Comes 10-7-4 rainbow. I have Jack 9 to flop. A possible gut shot, I flop a gut shot draw and whatever, Jack 9. So he checks, and for whatever reason I said to check through. And the turn comes a deuce, and he bets 1,500. So I decided to make it about 6.5K, and he decided to tank and then finally ship in the rest, and I got to call off a little more, so I did, and he had Jack 10, and I had Jack 9 for the gut shot. And as I was heading home, I binked an 8. So I was still in the tournament, and a little bit later, another loose guy, actually it might have been the same guy now that I think about it, but whatever it is, a loose guy opens, a really loose guy, a young Scandinavian kid calls. I look down at ace-3 in the small blind. I have, I'd like to say in the mid-30s, 35 big blinds, something like that. I make it approximately 12, 13, 15 blinds, something in that neighborhood. And the original opener calls, and then the caller folds. So we see a flop. I got ace-3, comes ace, king, deuce. All 3 of them are clubs. I got 3 of clubs. So, you know, I basically like my hand at this stage in the re-raise pot. I got less than a pot size bet left. So I decide, but this guy's so loose that I figure, you know, I honestly figure he looks down at Jack 3 red right there, and he ships it in. Well, he probably doesn't see a flop, but the point is, if he could have any 2 cards there, and if I checked him, I figure he's gonna ship. So I think it's an easy decision there to check, and he ships, and I immediately call, and he shows me ace-king, which was unexpected. I thought he'd not have such a strong hand going in pre-flop. I was sure. I didn't know, whatever. I really liked the flop, that's for sure. I didn't even know if he could easily have had an ace-9 in my mind, but not so much the ace-king. Anyway, the bottom line is, I'm sitting there with ace-3, but lucky for me, my 3 of clubs is completely live. There's 3 clubs on the board. He's got top 2 pair. Turn is a club. River was also a club, but there was a deuce. One of the cards was a deuce of clubs, so my 3 of clubs played, and I double up again. This stage, the table says, you know, you're pretty lucky, and of course I was. Anyways, the next hand, again getting in behind, was I minimum raised under gun +1 with 10-8 of diamonds. I was sitting about 100 blinds deep, and I got 3 callers. Michael Binger in position, and then both blinds. Flop comes 8-7-5, 2 diamonds. So I flop top pair and a flush draw. Very strong hand, obviously. The action goes check, check, I bet a pretty small C bet, a little less than half the pot. Michael Bingo calls, 2 folds. Turn is a blink 6, so now the board is 8, 7, 5, 6. There's 4 to a straight, and I'm not pretty bad card. Definitely a really bad card, because almost any card I would have liked on the turn. So I decide to check, and he bets approximately half the pot, and he bet, I think it was 4K, and he had 9K behind, something like that. And I convinced myself to check raise him all in, and he had 9-10 for the nut straight, and I picked the river queen of diamonds. So I had a lot of chips at this stage, played a bunch of hands, etc. Get 43 players left, 18 are gonna pay. It's just coming back from break. It's first hand coming back from break. Blinds a 600, 1200. I got about 65K and probably 3rd or 4th or 5th in chips. I got pocket sixes, folds me in small blind. I make it 3600, 3 times the big blind. The big blind is one of the few players who actually hasn't covered in the tournament. I've only been at this table 15, 20 minutes. Pretty new table. This guy definitely seems on the active side. He's in his mid-40s, I'd say. He's a black man. And he was, other than that, those were the rates I had on it. So anyway, he makes it 15,600 about, I think. And so I opened 3,600, he makes it 15,600. I'm sitting there with 65, he's got me covered. I decided to make it about 35K, and he shipped it in, and I called, and he had pocket 10s. And I actually turned a 6, but he rivered a 10. So, parties and all that. But bottom line is, maybe I docked it off, maybe not. Give me your analysis. Thanks for watching. Later.